Hi, this is Victoria Meyer for the Cherubim Seraphim 1. It is Thursday, January 30th, 2014. The time is 2:03 p.m. This is part 2 of what I have decided to call What is Love? Baby, Don't Hurt Me. I was talking, or I don't know, channeling my higher self, if you want to call it, about this couple that I just legally married. I'd already married them in a ceremony where they definitely cried. I think there was throwing up involved in the nerves. But they went for it. And I was just talking about love and how we need to stand by people. And I had to stop because I needed to listen to what I was saying. I need to get another feel for it because because I'm human and I had to think about it for a while. I had to listen to my own words. When I'm done making these recordings, I do go back and I listen to them and I hear things that I didn't hear when I was speaking. That's for sure. I guess that's what being a channel is. Getting out of my own way. And I think where I want to go in this part 2 is about how we need to stand by each other. As I was listening to the end of the first recording for the second time, I had to go back and listen to the last 2 minutes again. And what had gone through my mind when I was doing that, I'm like hanging my laundry up because my dryer's broken. And so I was just doing this and thinking to myself, man, can you hear the people out there on Facebook right now saying, oh, she's stupid, she shouldn't do that, she's got to make him go and take care of it himself, and she's just being stupid and she's dumb. And you know what? There's always going to be people who say that. And that's the whole reason that I'm recording this to begin with. That's the whole reason that, this year I became this channel with this voice that's publishing what I believe in, who's publishing these messages from, our higher selves, messages from Jesus, messages from whomever. From the divine creator. Everything really originates with divine creator. Whomever we think we're channeling, we're really listening to an aspect of divine creator. That's God. It's a be all and end all. So if we're going to have people saying, oh, she needs to just let that go and she needs to take care of herself. Well, what if we said, okay, if she needs to take care of herself, she needs to take care of this man that she married because we're one. This unconditional love thing goes all the way to taking care of people when they actually need being taken care of. That's the whole point of unconditional love. That's the whole point of being alive on planet Earth, is to love through all of that stuff. Man, there's even anger in my voice as I say that, or at least there's passion in my voice. If somebody's hurting, well, how do you think they started to hurt to begin with? It probably has nothing to do with something that they did. It usually has something to do with what somebody else did to them. So if somebody else did this to them to make them go in the direction that they went, to be the person that they are, then maybe somebody can do something to them to make them go in a different direction. Maybe if somebody showed this person something so incredibly unloving or had so little belief in them that they went in the direction that they went, well, who's to say that we can't do something really fabulous for somebody, something really amazing for somebody to make them go in another direction? Hell, even the people who are going through these crappy things, even people who are addicts, who are in prison, or people who've been divorced 4 times, or people who just keep making mistakes. You think they want to? We need to start standing behind each other. We need to start standing beside each other. We need to start realizing that we're all one. And when we say that we're all one, we need to look out for everybody no matter what. Yeah, it might be easier to go down to the dollar store and buy a bunch of ramen noodles and give it to a hungry person. Yeah, that was really great of you. You just got some food for somebody and you fed them. And I'm not saying that's I'm not looking down on that, but I'm saying, maybe it's easy to spend your money on somebody because you have money to spend. But man, once they've got food, then what? How are people ever going to change if we don't believe in each other? If there's not somebody that says, I believe in you no matter what, I believe in you so much, I'm going to take this piece of paper and I'm going to make it legal for the entire world to know that no matter what, I am connected to you, body, mind, spirit, and by the laws that rule this nation or this state. Parents want to let go of their children. And, I guess maybe sometimes you do have to let go of your kids. Maybe you do too much for them and, they have to learn to take care of themselves. Or maybe we need to learn how to undo our bad parenting and help somebody. Maybe we need to go a little bit further on an emotional level. Maybe we need to feel our emotions. We need to feel our own fears as we face somebody else as a mirror who is scared, emotional, and just wanting to love. Maybe that person who's hurting so much just really wants to love somebody. Because if you look at at law of attraction, if you look at polarities, man, the more you hate somebody, the more you really want to love them. So why don't you just give in to the love? The more that you want to hurt somebody, the more you just really want to make them feel good. It's those polarities. So why don't we just work on those polarities and say, okay, we're going to believe. We're going to do the hard thing. Even though I want to hurt you, I'm just going to love you instead. Even though I'm going to leave you, I'm going to decide to never, ever leave you. Even though I'm scared of what could happen if I love you, I'm going to go for it anyway and see what happens. Because you know what? We really don't know. We really don't know. In the past, if you think about it, a woman who was in a bad relationship was usually the weak one. She had no rights. I'm stuck with this man. I'm legally bound either by the church because they won't let me have a divorce, or I'm legally bound because the state just won't let me get divorced, or I don't have a job or whatever. So women don't have the ability. Well, either I have to take care of my children or I need to take care of my children. So I need to stay with this man so we can have his income or whatever. People say, well, I would never do that. But until you're faced with a choice of what you need to do and what is more important, me or my kids, well, I guess I could handle this a little bit more to take care of my kids. You don't know the decisions other people make or why people make those decisions. But the thing is, we can come out of that entire paradigm into a new one and say, hey, there's a person in need. And I can help them, so let's help them. There's a person who needs emotional support to find the emotional support they need within themselves. I'm going to prime that pump for them. I'm going to believe in them. I'm going to sweep away all these preconceived ideas that we've created in our society and say, this is what I believe in. I believe in this person so much. I don't care what their past experiences are. I'm going to believe in this person. I'm going to believe in the God within this person. And no matter what's happening on this planet, no matter what kind of duality we have, no matter the polarities, no matter what has been put into our social systems, I'm stepping outside of that. I'm going to find the God in you with the God in me, and we're going to overcome it all. So I challenge you. I challenge you to find the God in you and to find the God in everybody else around you and let go of anything that gets in the way. Anything that gets in the way of the God in you relating to the God in another person. Let it go. That's how we truly become one, and that's how we truly change the world. And this has been Victoria Meyer for the Cherubim Seraphim 1.